to Shuba's Backstage. We're here with the Handsome family.
Hello.
Hello. Well, the first question for you. You had an album come out this winter that you said was in, it's about the 20th anniversary of your marriage. And what led you to decide to write an album about your marriage?
Well, the album's not really about our marriage.
Oh, okay.
It's just romantic songs, and we were feeling especially romantic because we realized by some crazy fluke we were still together after 20 years. So it seemed like something that ought to be.
We wanted to do something different and make a record of, like, you know, love songs instead of songs that end with somebody getting massacred or something. So just kind of almost as an academic. See, I'm unromantic.
It was not academic.
It was for me. It was totally. It was like a chick game of chess.
I couldn't have felt further from academic when I was working on it.
Okay.
How do you approach this one, Jason? Do you think you're academic or romantic?
Well, I have notes.
Carefully choose your answer.
Yeah. Are the drum beats romantic?
They're romantic.
Yeah, they're romantic.
All right, my side wins.
Well, then, what came first for you guys with your relationship? Was it first a musical partnership or a romantic partnership?
You'd think that we would be in a band first and then be jamming one night and fall in love, but it wasn't like that at all.
Jam down, man.
That's how it is in the movies. But no, we were married for about 6 years, and before we even considered collaborating on anything.
It's true.
Seems
At all.
like it would have come up before.
Even a conversation.
We did a lot of drinking in those early years, so maybe we were busy.
It was, yeah.
But no, it took us a long time to even come up with this obvious idea.
Well, Rennie was a writer.
I was a writer and
I
he's a musician, so it seems like, you know,
we did our own
get
thing.
peanut butter and chocolate. What can we do with it? Took us a
Exactly.
long time to figure out the recipe.
Exactly.
How do you balance the work relationship with the personal relationship?
It's all the same thing. There's not really any difference.
There's never any fighting, is there? It's always
Oh,
calm
no.
and
Oh, no.
romantic.
That's just the garbage.
There's a lot of clenched teeth. Yeah, a lot of clenching
Jason's
of
right.
teeth, grinding teeth.
Since we've gotten the
Broken
garbage
dental work.
GPS, that has helped
GPS helps,
keep
yeah.
us from bickering a lot
Yeah.
less.
But I reprogrammed the GPS so that it leads us like other places, like bad places. we
You
should
miss
go
the
to.
bickering? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You want to bicker
Trying
more?
to- Yeah,
So
exactly.
the second 20 years should be about bickering?
The next record should be all bigger.
Just
Bigger, bigger,
screaming.
bigger. That's a strange word, bigger.
It'll be like the opposite of the love song
Yeah.
album, the bickering album.
We're going to call it You Should
Or
Die.
exactly the same, I don't know.
What were
You
some?
should die.
We were at a pizza place in New York once, and some woman said something rude to somebody behind the counter, and they were just bickering, and the woman said to the other one, "You should die." Which I thought was,
I'm gonna come over there and kick your ass.
that's New York, right?
Yeah. Well, what were some of the challenges with the album, trying to touch on so many different genres of music when you were composing it?
Yeah, that was a challenge. I just hired other people to do it since I couldn't do it myself. No,
You didn't hire anyone. Well, you hired John.
well, you know, Jason and Steve I brought in to play
Yeah, it helps
and
to have
give
good
the
musicians.
record a life that it wouldn't have had if they hadn't have done it, because I can't, I'm not as adept on those instruments or at all. So that was part of it. But a lot of this stuff has kind of been back there, like in the back of my mind anyway, like different styles that I haven't really allowed myself to do because I've always thought about, you know, will the alternative country people like it? Will the folkies like it? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, you don't think about this stuff consciously, but it's kind of always back there. But this time I just said, screw it and just do it. The overarching theme of like love songs kind of made me decide just to do as many styles as possible, since I'm just gonna break it up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps to have some good musicians play with you who can actually play a lot of different styles. So it opened up a whole new universe for us. We wanted to play different genres before, but sometimes we were kind of limited by our resources.
Mm-hmm. Well, how's the tour been going for you guys so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, what's short and dummy?
Yeah, we.
Was
This is
it
the
third or
thing.
fourth show?
Yeah, so it's still new.
Yeah, still.
No one's been permanently scarred yet.
No.
How do you keep it fresh when you have been on the road for a long time?
You don't.
That's
I
when
mean,
bickering becomes important.
the thing is, you've only got about an hour and a half a day every day to
have a
do what
personality?
you're here to do. So you kind of just have to focus on that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
We're,
like
we're
an
not
8-hour
just
day.
we're not truck drivers. We have a reason why we're going to these different cities.
I mean, the grind of being in the car. I think being in the car and driving is probably the most exhausting and tedious aspect of touring. But then again, I'm the one that everybody always hears like he's snoring in the back seat. But still, it's just like something about being in the car. It's just like just moving your body from one place to another.
It's not very healthy. But when you get to a city and there's people there to see you and they're happy, it's a really nice thing.
Yeah.
Do you listen to audiobooks in the car, or like what kinds of things do you do to be able to focus while you're on the
That's a
road?
great idea.
I'm for
We
it.
used to listen to audiobooks in the car.
I think you poo-pooed it.
I think I poo-pooed it.
You didn't like all those words, huh?
Yeah, I believe it or not, I actually do like music. You know, that music is really crazy.
It's overrated.
Especially,
As an art form, it's not
especially
gonna
like
last.
when you listen to it, it like does your ears start going crazy. They make me think about strange things. So, you know, music. I dominate the whole situation and plug my iPod in. And you noticed the first day I said, "We'll take turns." Okay, we'll take turns. But who's up there playing the iPod with me?
What are your favorite picks?
You should play you got a big pod. You should do the pod tomorrow. It's a big responsibility playing the iPod.
Yeah.
It is.
You up to it?
It's an emotional, you
This can
know.
make or break the tour, so.
Right.
It makes
Yeah, what would you pick if you had a choice?
it does make time pass, you know.
Do you have any like self-hypnosis tapes we could listen to? In the car?
Yesterday on the way from Madison, we listened to classical music mainly. We listened to some Mozart, 40th century Mozart. We listened to some Beethoven, Archduke Trio.
We had white wigs on in the car.
Some other stuff. Yeah, we were wearing white wigs. And
We passed
it
the
was
Quaker Oats
nice.
factory too.
And then we started listening to jazz. From that to Kind of Blue. We listened to Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. And then we listened to
But these
The
were-
some
Birds.
other stuff like that. The
Birds.
Birds. They didn't win haywire. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then started listening to this.
Well, looking ahead, what's next for you guys?
Disaster.
Transfusions.
Certain disaster. No, I don't know. Hopefully something good.
Yeah, but it's pointing at the cooler.
Yeah, beer.
What's next? I guess the next thing after this is done would be the UK.
We're all going to
And that'll be a real long tour. But in certain respects, it's a bit easier because of drives are shorter, shows are over by 11, crowds are bigger, and it'll be good. Then we come over to the West Coast, and we come over, and Australia and New Zealand, and just whatever. The endless tour. Now,
That's what you do when you have a new record.
that's the reward for like releasing a new record, is you have to tour forever to try to sell it.
All right. Well, thanks so much for the interview tonight, and have a great show.
Thank you.
Up on the drawbridge when we stood